Hello, we are the ACE ladies coming at you today from Giles County. We are at the Giles County
Technology Center.
Technology Center. I'm Erica Talbert with New River Community College Educational Foundation.
And I'm Micah Price, and I also work in the foundation office at New River.
And we have joining us today Tanya Vaden. And Tanya, I'll let you tell your...
I'm the career counselor for Giles County Public Schools, and I'm also the ACE representative for the school system.
All right, so we wanted to have a quick video today about community service, and we wanted to do that in Giles County because Giles County started the ACE program. This is where it all got started, and we have Charlie Mullins, who manages community service in Giles County, and he has just made such an impact with how he handles community service. So we just want to talk to Tanya a little bit about the community service piece in Giles County, and she's just going to answer some of the most prevalent questions that we get, the most common questions that we get from students coming into the ACE program about community service, because that always seems to be the biggest question is community service. So if you just want to answer some of those questions that we get.
Okay, so we have a requirement of 80 hours, and I think New River prefers those hours, 50 of those hours. Well, I believe it's 100 hours.
It's 100 in Giles County.
It's 100 hours in Giles County.
And it's 80 hours everywhere else.
And 80 hours everyone else. And the 100 hours for us is the 20 extra hours that we have tacked on is for the Muddy ACE race. Obviously, we didn't have the Muddy ACE race this year, so that's not an option, but the extra 20 hours is dedicated to the Muddy ACE race, which is a huge fundraiser for the ACE program. So students we ask them, we'd like them to get 50 hours done before the first semester, because it makes the first semester a little bit easier when you're adjusting to college for the first time. But then the other 50 hours can be completed anytime after that.
Yes, we do require that all community service hours are completed before the start of the second semester, so the second spring semester. So all community service hours do have to be complete by January 15th going into the spring semester. But yes, the first set of hours, 40 if you are anywhere other than Giles County, and Giles County always going above and beyond. You have to do the first 50 hours. But some of the other things that we get is about like when you can start community service. So if you want to talk about.
Sure. We do not allow students to start their community service hours until they are actually accepted into the ACE program. And usually around the end of April, beginning of May, Charlie will come into the school system, both Giles and Nears High School, and talk to the students about their volunteer opportunities, give them the forms, give them their options. He does a really good job of making sure that students are lined up with maybe career interests. So we want students to do and be in areas that could benefit them down the road, even in a career situation.
And I believe it's like that in most localities is the community service coordinator tries to set you up with something that you are interested in. So we don't just say like, this is what you have to, do your community service. Even in Montgomery County, they have a fair where you can come out, sign up for your community service. So it's not someone dictating where you have to complete that community service, because they do, like Tanya said, want to align that with maybe your interests or your academic interests.
And this is where I'm going to add in, check your emails.
Yes.
Because that is something, if we can't have a community service fair in the localities this year, everything is going to come to you through your email. So check your email, because you will get a questionnaire asking you some of those interests. And if we do not receive that questionnaire from you, then you will be told where you have to do your community service. So if you want to have more of a say in where you do your community service, make sure that you check your email and make sure that you return the completed questionnaire, so that we know where your interests lie and we can put you somewhere that you would be interested in. Because that's another question that we always get is, can I do, work at my church or whatever? And there are opportunities to go outside of the community service that we already have, but those are things that need to be approved by our community service coordinators. With ACE at New River, Micah and I do not oversee your community service hours. That is something that is done in the community by the Charlie Mullinses in each locality. So That is why it's really important that you work through them and that you be checking your emails, as we get closer to spring and May, when those things will start to come out, and information to you, so that you can reach out to your community service coordinator, so that you can get something approved if there's something special that you're wanting to do that falls outside of what we typically do.
And there are times that we've had students go ahead and start community service in the spring, but like Tanya was saying, in most localities, I believe it's after graduation, then you can start your community service. Like, you can't be banking hours now and then use them for next year, and it has to be approved, so just make sure you are in touch with the locality's community service coordinator.
And Floyd County is the only county that does allow you to start community service in January, and Cynthia Ryan does that, and that is under, you have to understand that you may end up not needing ACE, and you may not need community service hours, so you'd be doing those community service hours, even though there's a chance you may not need them. So Floyd County is the only one that has those kind of special circumstances, but again, all of that would come from Cynthia Ryan. So can you think of any other questions that we often get? Your community service hours do have to be done with a nonprofit organization. You know, it's not something where you can go and work for your family during the summer or something like that, like on your family's farm. It actually has to be done with a nonprofit organization. Do you want to talk about some of the places here that people do community service?
You know, that's gonna be up to Charlie. I think it could vary from year to year. I know there's always trash pickup.
Yeah.
I know there's always an opportunity to be picking up trash. Obviously, the Muddy ACE race is a part of that as well. I know we have the county offices, admin offices, and there is school,
Today, there's
resources.
students moving furniture in the schools.
Absolutely, yeah, there's always a need, especially in the summertime when we do all of our maintenance on our schools. We do a lot of the ag land lab that we have located here behind the technology center. That is a huge placement for students as well. Especially students who are maybe going into an agriculture field that's not necessarily at New River, meaning they're gonna do general studies and then transfer. The ag land lab is a huge benefit as well, so there's some of the locations.
All right, so that's all that we have. If you have specific questions about community service, you are welcome to reach out to us. We also have a frequent questions section on our website, and it is www.nr.edu/ACE, ACCE. You can also always email us, our office, foundation@nr.edu. And also the contact for the community service coordinators for each locality is also on our website. But again, just throwing it out here to make sure you check your emails so that you know what's going on as we get closer to April and May. But that's all we have for you.